We've got a new Longlegs movie on the way, plus more updates on multiple other projects, and one of our most jam-packed movie news updates in a long time as CinemaCon is proceeding this week. Let's talk about it. So let's get the elephant out of the room, out of the way, as we talk a little bit about an upcoming new movie within the Longlegs universe. Not necessarily a sequel, but set within that same universe. And I think the biggest piece of information that we've got here coming out of CinemaCon from Variety is that both Osgood Perkins and Nicolas Cage are set to return for this one, which is super exciting. The studio has switched from Neon to Paramount, but either way, I think this is really exciting. You see your Variety sharing it. Perkins writing, directing, and producing the yet-to-be titled movie, so we'll get a title on this in the near future, and Cage also returning to star and produce in his own. Plot details currently being kept under wraps, but Longlegs is coming back, and this is huge. And then how about a casting update here for Man of Tomorrow? As a lot of people, along the line, knowing James Gunn experiences with her and, just kind of her fit for the role in general, a lot of people have clamored for Adria Arjona to play Wonder Woman in Man of Tomorrow. And here's what we know thus far. She's been cast in Man of Tomorrow. Is she going to be Maxima? Is she going to be Wonder Woman? That's the big question we have left to ponder, because you see here DC Prime TV sharing on social media. She's been confirmed to be cast. We know that much. But, a couple of sources are citing her to be Maxima, those being Variety and Deadline. And then a couple of other sources, The Hollywood Reporter and The Wrap, saying an unconfirmed role. So is it Maxima? Is it Wonder Woman? We don't know currently at this moment, to be 100% certain. But what I will say is that either role that she plays, I think that she will crush it. Personally, would I rather see her as Wonder Woman? Yes. But if she's Maxima, I'm down for that as well. We'll see what happens here when Man of Tomorrow comes out, or if we get more information on this. Continue to keep you updated here on JC's Movies as we continue to cover the DCU under James Gunn. But Adria Arjona has joined Man of Tomorrow. And then we've got the official poster, and there's also been another teaser dropped for one of my favorite and most anticipated movies here coming up in May, which May is going to be a banger for horror. A lot of different horror movies coming up in May. One of those being Passenger, which is supposed to release in theaters on May 22nd. Here you see detailed in the poster. 130 million people took road trips every year. Over 15,000 of them actually are never seen again, according to the claims here made on the poster and the trailer, the teaser that we've got. Super freaky here for Passenger. I think this is going to be a good one coming in May. And then let's stick in the horror realm here. We've got several updates from Bloody Disgusting here, and this one is interesting. I didn't even know a Sleepaway Camp remake was in the works, much less the fact that now Felissa Rose is clamoring to play Aunt Martha, and I think that would be a great role for her. Of course, we know her having kind of the titular main title role, the main character role there in the original Sleepaway Camp. You got to have her back at least in some type of cameo form, and Aunt Martha would be a great way to get her back into the franchise. She says here, I want to play Aunt Martha. So that's what I've been telling them. She told the crowd at the Days of the Dead convention that would be super fun, and that would be really cool. And the fact that a Sleepaway Camp remake is in the works is really exciting to me in general. And then from one remake that I didn't know was in the works to another, we've got a Night of the Living Dead remake coming as well. There's been a trailer dropped. Check it out online if you want to. But Vivica A. Fox starring here in the Night of the Living Dead, a brand new upcoming remake of George A. Romero's classic zombie masterpiece, one of the greatest horror movies of all time. Probably my personal favorite zombie movie of all time. The remake here will be directed by Christopher Ray, as you see here, Bloody Disgusting sharing on social media. And while we're talking about remakes, how about a couple others that appear to be in the works coming out of CinemaCon? Popbase sharing this on social media. We may be getting remakes for both Escape from New York, absolute classic, Call Me Snake, Snake Plissken, love that one, and The Howling, an underrated werewolf movie here that are in development at Studio Canal, allegedly here, coming out of CinemaCon. And then this one releases in May, Bloody Disgusting sharing the Stranger Things creators, the Duffer Brothers, back with the brand new series, The Burrows. And it's almost kind of similar to an adult themed Stranger Things, if you will. Releasing, like I said, on Netflix on May 21st. In a retirement community, a newcomer's monstrous encounter inspires him to join a misfit crew to uncover a dark secret. And then how about a horror movie that's coming out directed and written by Bill Hader? Pretty cool here. Linda Cardellini, who we've seen in multiple different roles. We'll see her in Crystal Lake playing Pam Voorhees as well. She's going to star alongside Bill Hader. So Bill Hader writing, directing, and starring in this horror movie that is going to be titled They Know. And the synopsis that we have thus far is a divorced dad, played by Bill Hader, grows suspicious that his ex-wife is dating a mysterious man who is having a strange influence on their children. So I'll check this one out for sure. Bill Hader, Linda Cardellini, both really great. And Bill Hader, playing multiple roles, wearing multiple hats here in this production should be interesting. And then also from Bloody Disgusting, Resident Evil fans may like this one, may not like this one. I don't know. I'm not a Resident Evil guy, but I'm going to check this one out just because it's Zach Kreger, and I've loved, Barbarian. I've loved Weapons. So I'm interested to see what he does with Resident Evil, which I've never really had any experience with personally in the past, whether it's the games or the movies. But we do have a synopsis for his upcoming Resident Evil movie, where we'll have Austin Abrams, who you may know from Weapons and other projects, playing the main character, which it will be Brian. And Brian is a medical courier who unwillingly finds himself in a nonstop race for survival as one fateful, horrifying night collapses around him in chaos. So there is the synopsis that we know of thus far for Resident Evil coming from Bloody Disgusting. And then also some of my fellow From fans may be excited to hear about this. We got From Season 4 starting this week. I'm going to try and get some episode recaps out on the channel as that progresses, but one more season to go because From has been renewed for Season 5, which will be the final season, as we see them here sharing on social media via the executive producers. As they say, we are widely excited to announce that we've officially begun work on Season 5 of From, which means we will get the chance to see our story to its conclusion, which means questions will be answered, answers will be questioned, and there will be surely a cascade of tears and terrors in between. We're thankful for the support of our friends and partners at MGM Plus, and we are grateful beyond measure for the mad passion of our entire family. I'm in that family. We're excited to share Season 4 with you and hope it whets your appetite for what's to come. So Season 4 on the way, starting this week, and it is the penultimate season, as we'll get Season 5 as the conclusion of From. And I think this is big news just because it seems like they've planned 5 seasons from the jump, and they're going to get to, execute those 5 seasons, get in, get out, and, give us our answers there in Season 5. So excited to see what comes here for the future of From. And then just lastly, as I like to wrap up Movie News Daily with a little update on this day in movie history for today on April 15th. As you see me share this on social media, both on Instagram and on X. And if you want to follow me there, you can. You see my handle there on the screen at JC's Movies. I'd really appreciate that. But on this day, on April 15th, we had Amityville Horror released in 2005, Scream 4 in 2011, and 13 Cameras in 2016. And with that, we will put another edition of Movie News Daily into the books. Appreciate you guys continuing to tune into these. If you're a fan of the superhero, horror, or comedy genres, especially horror, as we talked about a ton here on the channel, be sure you subscribe here as I continue to bring you movie news updates multiple times per week here on the JC's Movies channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button before you head out. Help us out with that algorithm. That way you can find other fans of those genres like you and me. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section on anything that we've talked about today, any projects, as there's multiple here we'll talk about throughout this week as CinemaCon progresses. But whether it's on anything we've talked about in this episode or it's anything you want to chat there, movie or TV show related, I always enjoy chatting movies with you guys and appreciate those interactions there in the comment section. Having said that, I appreciate you all tuning into this one, and I will catch you on the next one.